So many of us rush blindly through our days, fall into bed exhausted, and wake up the next morning to do it all over again. For many of us, our lives are composed of millions of meaningless moments, all strung together, perhaps with a sprinkling of sacred moments mixed in. I'm sure you can think of a few sacred moments in your own life. Maybe your marriage, the birth of your child, or perhaps a heartfelt moment of connection with a good friend. These are the moments when we are consumed with joy and awe. At these moments, we are fully present in the moment. We aren't worrying about tomorrow or trying to rush through the experience to get to the next. We are in the now, and the now is amazing. However, why do we wait for major events to honor these sacred moments? Why can't every day be sacred? Every moment? Each moment is sacred, if we decide to make it that way. I stated above that our lives are filled with meaningless moments, but those moments are meaningless only because we don't honor them. We are hurrying along, focused on other things, not stopping to notice them at all. They come and go without so much as an acknowledgement from us. Honoring the sacred means simply choosing to make each moment count. It is a tiny shift in perception that assigns meaning and importance to each moment. It means stopping to notice the beauty and love around us, and within us. It means being fully present in each moment, because only the present moment truly exists. So many of us worry about the future, hold regrets about the past, and completely ignore the present. When we give the now our full attention, even mundane tasks can take on an aura of holiness. Then our lives become millions of meaningful moments. Nothing has changed except our perception, but it makes all the difference. So how do we change our perception to one of sacredness? What does it mean to stay in the present moment? Let's use an example: washing dishes. When most of us wash dishes, we hurry through it, often thinking about the million other things we need to get done that day, or the next day. Our minds are scattered all over the place, focusing on everything but what we are doing. Who can blame us? Washing dishes is not the most exciting experience. However, if we choose to make it a sacred experience, we will want to focus on it. We want to take our time and really pay attention to how the water feels on our hands, how the soap cleanses away the grease and grime, and the sense of satisfaction we get as each dish moves from the dirty pile to the strainer, now clean and shiny. Maybe that still doesn't sound very thrilling. Let's look at what else is happening. As we give our full attention to washing the dishes, we are not only doing, we are being. That is the key. It doesn't matter what we're doing or not doing in each moment of our lives, it matters only that we become aware of our own state of being. In those moments, we are fully alive and conscious. We are connected to everything, and we are one with everything. We are. Have you ever heard the term, walking meditation? This can be great practice to help you honor the sacred in your own life. Many of us walk for health or recreation, but we can also walk for spiritual awareness. A walking meditation is a slow, focused walk where you give your full attention to each step you take, the feel of your muscles working, your breathing, and even your surroundings. Especially if you walk someplace in nature, a place with lots of trees and wildlife. The trick is to not let your mind wander but stay focused on the now. It can take practice, but once you accomplish it, your life will never be the same. Imagine living a full, meaningful life. Imagine miracles happening all around you. Imagine being filled with awe and gratitude each day and laying down to sleep each night. You can. If you choose it. Self-esteem, as defined in the dictionary, is pride in oneself, self-respect. All too often, young girls who lack self-esteem carry the same subjective view of themselves as they become adult women. What tools can be used to develop pride, self-respect, and self-esteem? One unique way is to utilize the services of a life coach. A life coach is someone who can be objective, provide an honest assessment of ways you can enhance your life, advise you as to how you can build self-esteem and self-respect in all areas of your life, mentor you when facing difficult decisions, and work with you to help you become the person you have always wanted to be. Perhaps you are a person who feels you deserve nothing more than you already have, or too shy to confront issues on a daily basis. Maybe you've become so negative in your thinking that you are sabotaging the very thing you want most in life: love, happiness, and respect. Lack of self-esteem closes you to all of the possibilities in life. You act differently, dress in no particular style, and avoid situations which make you uncomfortable. You also may be stressed when as any type of change may be literally painful. Lack of self-esteem may drive you to think only of others and put your hopes and dreams on the back burner because you feel it isn't important. Thus, you are not living for you, but in spite of you. If you have low self-esteem and cannot find a way out, it's time to get out of your own way and embrace the help and encouragement a life coach can offer. More often than not, a person with low self-esteem finds it difficult to believe there is someone out there who is completely objective and who cares about you. While family members may tell you what they think you need to hear, the life coach will tell you what is true and help you deal with the reality of that truth. A life coach can help you find out who you are as a person, a friend, a colleague, and a partner. Working with a life coach can open up a world you never thought existed. The foundation upon which you have lived your life can be changed for the better. You will become more self-confident at home, at work, in social settings, and in relationships. You will find meaning, focus, and direction. A life coach is analogous to that inner voice telling you to take a chance, realize your full potential, avoid negativity, and become empowered. Why call upon the services of a life coach? Because you are worthy, your life has meaning, and you do matter. Listen to the voice. We live in a busy society. We may have demanding jobs, children, families and many other important things that hoover up all of our time, and before we know it, Christmas is looming once more and we're muttering about another year just passing us by. How many times do you say, "I'll read that book later when I have more time," or "I'll finish listening to that audio program when I have more time," or something very similar? You may want to create the life of your dreams, but it just seems so very difficult with so many other things that just have to be dealt with. You may not have the time to spend an hour a day meditating and an hour a day working on your personal development and an hour a day working on your business. In fact, for some of us, we're lucky if we can even find time to sleep. However, the key is not to spend time doing personal development work, but to just do it. This means live it, make it a part of your life, something that you do every moment of every day, and you can sit on the bus or train to work, close your eyes and work on releasing emotional blocks. You can become aware of what people are reflecting back to you about yourself in your conversations and interactions. Being aware of your problems brings you much closer to changing them. You may want to find more time to listen to audio programs or some of my hypnosis audio books. The hypnosis materials you can put on when you go to bed to listen to. You don't need to use headphones to listen to them, nor do you have to be awake. The subliminal versions can be listened to anytime, even when you are working and doing other things, so you can still get the benefit of the programs. For spoken word programs, what about listening to them on your commute to work? Or if you spend your evening sat in front of the television, turn it off and put one of these programs on instead. Look at how you are using your time. How much of what you are doing is constructive and something you absolutely must do right now? Are there times you are not doing constructive things? Could you combine activities, for example, watch the television whilst doing something else working towards your future? Everyone promotes their own time management system. Have a look at a few of them, try them and find something that works for you. This could even be a combination of different systems. It doesn't matter so long as it saves you time, keeps you organized and helps you to get things done. At the end of the day, you need to decide what is most important in your life. Is it more important to do the ironing right now and make sure you don't miss the latest episode of your soap opera? Or is it more important to sit down and spend some time planning and working towards creating the life of your dreams? Working on changing your life can appear to be very daunting, particularly if you are not in the best of places to start with. You look at everything that you want to change and want to deal with and wonder where on earth you are going to start. In these cases, it is best to chunk down the tasks and the goals you have in mind. This means break the big goal into smaller chunks or take baby steps. Take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you will be where you want to be. How many people get to their old age and say, "I wish I had spent more time at work, or ironing, or watching soap operas, or so." What can you do to find more time? Look at what activities you are engaged in and decide which you can cut out for the sake of creating the future of your dreams. Combine some activities, so you are doing more than one thing at a time. Focus on what is important to you. Is half hour in front of a soap opera more important than a half hour working towards your future? Prioritize creating the life of your dreams. Right now, stop saying, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll sort that out when I have time," or "I'll deal with that later." It's never going to happen, never going to work. Just do it and make it happen right now. The perfect situation for change will never happen. You will always find distractions, excuses and reasons not to make the changes or take the action. You can spend many miserable years waiting for that perfect situation, and you know what? There's never going to be a perfect situation, only the now. As the advert for the trainers say, just do it. That's what you need to do too. Stop planning, putting off and thinking you'll do something when you have more time. Just do it today. We are all born with the same amount of time. Nobody will ever get any more than 24 hours in a day, nobody will get more than 365 days in a year. It's your choice whether you will use this time to create an amazing life or fritter it away uselessly. It is this choice that makes the achievers stand head and shoulders above everyone else. What's your choice? Plan your work for today and every day, then work your plan. Look to this day, for yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. What makes a person beautiful? Our society places an inordinate amount of emphasis on being thin, made up, wearing the right clothes, being seen in the right places, having the right breast size, and the list goes on. What happens to girls and women who subscribe to these societal beliefs? Plastic surgeons profit, the makeup industry soars with increased sales, diet pills and diet plans, whether healthful or not, increase to phenomenal sales levels. But what happens to the women? Men fall victim to this as well, but for whatever reasons, girls and women are the most susceptible. Depression, eating disorders, self-esteem issues abound. The driving force in a woman's physical beauty is actually her health, not her breast size or cost of her clothing. Health including both her physical and emotional health. When a woman is physically healthy, there is an attractive glow about her. When a woman is emotionally healthy, that glow is magnified and radiates for the world to see. There is a light, a spark, an energy that ignites. A beautiful woman is kind, gentle, thoughtful, unselfish, and patient. Slow to speak so as not to respond in anger when provoked, she takes time to think before responding. She exercises wisdom and good judgment, she is humble, she works to continually learn and better herself, and her abilities too good to be true? Not at all. Well, what produces that kind of woman? The same thing that ultimately produces the highest level of emotional health. Thinking that is positive and life-enhancing. After all, we are what we think. Actions follow the thoughts in the mind. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7. The focus needs to be on thinking that is grounded in solid truth rather than swayed by the emotion of the moment. Where does that kind of thinking come from? Pop psychology, feel-good therapy, drugs? Actually, that thinking, and that kind of woman comes from a woman who lives her life for God first. That means someone who reads the scriptures and lives each day to the best of her human ability the way God intends for her to live. There are two ways a person can walk, figuratively speaking, in the flesh, or in the spirit. When walking in the flesh, the thoughts are of this world, satisfying whatever it is that is craved for at that moment. When walking in the spirit, Isaiah chapter 55 verses 8 to 9, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God's thoughts are higher than people's thoughts. The trick is to aspire to think the way God thinks. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. If you change your thinking, your actions will naturally follow. But it's real effort. It doesn't just happen, you have to make it happen. Better than plastic surgery. Joni Mitchell has a song, "Happiness is the best facelift, but curiosity is an equally effective anti-aging device." If you want to stay youthful and energetic, consider the role of curiosity in your life. As kids, many of us were not encouraged to be curious. Remember, curiosity killed the cat, my grandma told me when I asked too many questions. At the time, age 5, I shut up and obeyed her, but I wish I had replied with, "But grandma, I'll bet that cat had a fabulous 9 lives before he died." Curiosity in the world. Curiosity is enthusiasm about your own life and that of others. It's about being out there in the world, not all wrapped up in your neurotic little self. Curiosity is questioning, wondering, and pondering. Reading can be a great way to experience curiosity. You can travel the world and meet the most bizarre and amazing people without leaving your sofa. Travel is another way to express your curiosity about the world. When you go to different places, you leave your comfort zone behind. New people, places, things and customs keep you alert and pose questions like, why do they do that? Or what would I be like if I grew up here? Curiosity in the world keeps us mentally expanding and growing and youthful. Curiosity about yourself. Besides wondering about others and how they live, it's mentally healthy to wonder about yourself. When you ask yourself questions like, who am I really? Who am I today? Who did I used to be? Who do I want to be in 5, 10 or 15 years? You literally create new neural patterns in your brain that keep you younger, smarter and healthier. While there is a fine line between self-curiosity and self-obsession, hello narcissists, it's hard to grow without periodic spells of self-examination. Even Madonna said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." In her song lyrics, you can use self-help books, prayer, meditation, psychotherapy, and even shopping to explore your curiosity about yourself. Yes, shopping. For example, when you go shopping, how do you define what's really you? Do you look at something and think, I like that shirt, lamp, whatever, but that's just not me? This is shopping as a form of self-definition. By saying yes or no to things you could wear, buy, have, you are asking yourself, who am I and what do I think is right for me? So, the next time you go shopping, consciously enjoy your curiosity. Let yourself be amused and perhaps even surprised at how you define yourself. Passion, curiosity's best friend. I define passion as strong feelings or energy directed towards someone or something. There is a common misconception about passion, that it must be dramatic and over the top for it to count. This is bullshit. Passion can be as subtle as watching a spider spin a web at your cubicle at work or noticing the color of the tomato plants on your apartment balcony. We are all passionate beings. You may not think you are, but dear viewer, get over yourself. You may not yet be aware of your passion or expressing it yet, but it's there. Often, I hear my clients say, "Oh, I wish I felt passionate about something, my life is just so boring." Even a statement like, "I just hate my life. Everything sucks," is hardly passionless. There is passion there, thwarted passion. Thwarted passion kills, a little bit at a time, we die. Don't let this happen to you. Instead, look for little things that bring you joy, that make your heart beat just a little faster. Look at the people in your life in whose presence you feel most alive. Look at the animals and plants in your life whose presence you delight in. These are all sources of passion. Your passions will be uniquely your own. No one may understand why you love gardening and circuit parties. This is your passion and it only needs to fulfill you. If you can share it with friends or partners, great. But so much of our inner passions aren't easily shared. They're our own little happy secrets. Discover your own passions. Here's a little exercise to get in touch with some of your passions. Sit in a nice relaxing spot, turn off the cell phone, get a piece of paper and pen and then ask yourself these questions. What do I care about? What do I find interesting? What would I like to know more about? What have I long wanted to do, try, learn? These are not easy questions, but they will stimulate the right side of your brain, the creative, inspiring side. Take your time and think about them. You may want to answer them now and put them aside, then look at them tomorrow and add to your answers. Let yourself free, associate, there are no wrong answers. Let these questions help you identify your passions, those parts of your life that you are curious about and want to explore more. When you follow your curiosity, your life gets more vivid and energized. Curiosity leads to passion, and passion is the experience that comes from acting on what you discover. If your life feels a bit dull and boring, try the above exercises and have fun playing with your curiosity and identifying some of your passions. Above all, enjoy the process.
Thanks for watching. Are you visiting our channel for the first time? Then click subscribe and hit that thumbs up below the video. Join us for more videos like this.